huge because people are so in touch with their culture and their ethnicities that they do their own things. And then you have Greek life, which is kind of its own spectrum of stuff. But how often do these three different, just an example, three different types of organizations reach across these boundaries and work together to find out what UMBC is really about? That's uniting UMBC. Max got more too.
And when we unite UMBC, we find a school pride that's not brought about by athletics. It's a reality of UMBC that we have students that what they care about is what's important to them. When they're passionate, that's when they're going to do things. And unless we discover this common UMBC identity, what unifies us, that's not squirrels or nobody being here on the weekends, we're not going to be able to ever have this progress together, because we need to work together if we're going to make this campus better.
Our whole slogan is "We create UMBC." At the end of the day, like we said, we believe that people are intrinsic leaders. Each and every single member of the undergraduate student body has the ability to change their campus, has the ability to shape their campus. We want to be able to go to the administration and say, we have 5,000 people ready to plant a tulip to make this campus work better. Let's do that. And that's what we want to do. We want to give each and every single member of the student body, each and every single person who lives on campus, each and every single person who's a commuter, the ability to say, I go to UMBC, and the reason I go to UMBC and the reason I'm a retriever is because I've had the ability to shape UMBC. We don't create community by attending UMBC, we create community by building UMBC. And that's something we see happening during the campaign, during the administration, because we want to be able to say, we are a student at UMBC first and a commuter second. We are a student at UMBC first and a residential student second. I am a member of a fraternity, but I'm a UMBC student first.
Something that we talk about is this culture of conversation. We want to make sure that students have a voice. It's really important to us. Something we learned in SGA, and something we've all mentioned before, is that SGA is an org of 150 students, but it's not. It's 10,000. We have nothing to do if you don't want us to do anything. I think what's important is that we're by the students and for the students.
So I think it's fair to say in this race, Max has been in SGA for 2 years, same with Ganesh, Hamza 3, and Melissa 2.5, I think. So I think it's fair to say that we're the outsiders in this race. We definitely have less SGA experience than they do. So our slogan, "Are you satisfied?" kind of reflects that. So we've talked about a lot of great things, and we've all said good things we'd like to do, but they've had their chance, they've had their time. Hamza's been here for 3, Max has been here for 2. So they've had the opportunity to do everything they said they were going to do. What we're going to do is we want to bring an outside voice and a fresh voice and change up a couple things so we can actually do whatever we're saying. So when we say we want more students in SGA, there's 150 students in SGA, 30 to 40 dedicated members. We want to increase that number of dedicated members. We don't want 150 students, we want 100 dedicated members who are going to work with the community. When we say we want to reach out to the students, we really mean that. We don't want to just say it. We want to come out to your communities, we want to come out to your clubs.
Like Arash said, Are You Satisfied really just caters to the quote-unquote outsiders at this school. So this is a school about over 10,000 kids. It's really, are you satisfied with SGA hearing your voice and implementing your ideas?
Thank you very much. Max, rebuttal, 30 seconds.
I think it's not a great idea to claim that every member of the SGA is exactly the same. Yes, we've all had experience, but that experience gives us the tools and the knowledge to be able to bring forth our vision. Furthermore, we still care about other students. Remember, we're a UMBC student first. We're not a member of the SGA first. I'm not a member of an a cappella group first. And when we work together, we can have whatever issues we want to face be brought forth to the table. Just because we've been in the organization doesn't mean that we represent every single failure and success of that organization. So remember that throughout the voting process.
Melissa and Hamza, 30 seconds.
I don't think it's fair to say that other students who are not in SGA are outsiders. Like we said, SGA is 10,000 students. We really wouldn't have anything to do without the voice of these 10,000 students. And they're really inclusive in what we do.
And at the end of the day, we're proud of the experience that we've had. We've had an ability to shape our community, and we want to draw on those experiences to get more students involved. When it's working with the White House to create a youth civic agency conference, that means we're using that experience that we've had to build outside. We bring that back to UMBC and we say, this is our 2013-2014 year, let's get more involved.
Arash and Jeffrey, 30 seconds.
I don't think students here particularly care about a White House youth here. So it's great that we're doing that outreach out there, but we need to focus on the students here. That's kind of what we're running on. We're not going for awards. We're not going to increase outside recognition of the institution. We're going back to bringing SGA for the students here at UMBC.
Thank you very much. To finish up, each ticket will have 30 seconds to make a closing statement. We will go in reverse order this time, so we will start with Hamza and Melissa, then we will hear from Arash and Jeffrey, and then finish up with Max and Ganesh.
We want to provide an overarching vision, and then we want to provide the student body benchmarks so they can measure our progress over the course of the fall semester, the spring semester, and each and every single day that we're working to achieve initiatives. We want to be able to say, we've had this meeting with the county executive who's partnered with UMBC to expand bike sharing into the local community. We want to be able to say, we now have low flush toilets in all of the buildings at UMBC. We want to provide benchmarks, we want to provide a vision, we want to be able to say at the end of the day, we're all building UMBC and we're all creating our home.
Arash and Jeffrey?
Alright, so I think during the course of this entire campaign, you guys have heard glittering generalities such as vision, initiative, sustainability, transparency, creating, uniting, all those different things. Those words don't really mean anything. They just sound good at the end of the day. What you need to look for is specific things that can back up those fluffy words. So what are you actually going to do to increase, what is your vision? What are going to be your initiatives? What does sustainability mean? What do you mean by transparency? People have ran on that for like 7 or 8 years consecutively. What are you creating?
Max and Ganesh.
There are 3 things we want to do. We want to share insight into the dialogues happening so that students do not need undue background knowledge to contextualize discussions about policies affecting them. We want to engage students so that they're the ones having dialogue with the administration about whatever policies they want to fix, not the SGA having conversations with them. Because the only way to empower them and get them to actually care about what's going on. And third, we want to unite UMBC. We want to bring these unique communities that are grounded on what people care about together so that we can all work together to make this campus better.
Thank you very much, and thank you to everybody for coming out to the debate today. A special thanks to our candidates, the Receiver Weekly for co-sponsoring, Tom's Operations for setting everything up, and the fantastic members of the election board for putting this together. Remember that voting will begin at midnight on Monday and run through midnight on Wednesday. You can vote on My UMBC from your own computer anytime during the day, or stop by the election board's polling station from 9 to 5 and get a free t-shirt.